So I always tell them, WTF, WTF. And they know it means willing to fail. Right, because I feel like in this career, I mean, as with anything in your life, right? If, let's say, you are letting fear hold you back and you don't dare to do this particular thing, you will never ever get to succeed.
Welcome to the Great School,
where great speak
made sweet. Hi, my name is Felicia.
And I'm Aaron, and we are your hosts to this podcast. Join us as we explore inspiring stories, expert insight, and practical tips to help you unleash your potential and achieve success.
Once again, we have invited our gorgeous speaker, and she's none other than Teo Xue Ting. Let's welcome her. Hi, Xue Ting.
Hello.
Yeah, so before we kickstart into today's topic, could you just briefly introduce yourself again to our listeners for this episode?
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's me again. So I'm Xue Ting, the director of Dr. Fin, and I have been in Great Eastern for about 9+ years. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Xue Ting, today's topic will be to dive on this thing called sure win formula for success. So in our previous episode, you ended off kind of saying that there's no sure win formula. But I believe if you're so successful, definitely you have done something consistently to achieve what you have achieved today. Could you maybe share a little bit more on that?
Yeah. When I say there's no sure win formula, I think a very good example that can highlight that would be, for instance, if let's say today I pass my sure win formula blueprint to you, or to anyone else, right? And then ask you to follow and just do. Can you replicate the success that, like, let's say I have today?
Maybe. How about you, Aaron? Maybe?
I don't mind having a look at that blueprint.
Okay, can later after
Take
this.
it offline. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. Maybe or maybe not. 50-50.
Yeah, correct. Because the thing is that everyone is different, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of like whether this person has the same kind of discipline as person A and person B, they may have different level of discipline. They may have different kind of structure, right? So even if I give you the same blueprint, right? But because A is so used to this kind of structured life or this kind of discipline, then they may not be able to replicate the same success as person B.
Okay. Yeah. But is it a good start to have at least this cheat sheet or kind of this blueprint?
Oh yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Then it depends on how you actually use this blueprint, right? Yeah. So if you ask me, I think it's not just about the sure win formula. I think the sure win formula is more of having these two key elements in your life, which is about being intentional and being consistent.
Intentional and consistent.
Yeah, so if someone have these two key elements plus my blueprint, I think this person can fly.
Oh, so you mentioned about being consistent and intentional. Can you expand a little bit upon this?
Yeah. For being intentional and consistent, I think that when one person wake up in the morning, they should know exactly what they set out to achieve for that day, right? And from planning their schedule, from all the way from morning to night, all your actions should be aligned with whatever you set out to achieve, right? With your overall objectives. Yeah. So even if at the end of the day, you don't get to achieve whatever you set out to do, but that's when consistency comes in, right? Because the next day you should go back and continue doing it, even though you haven't achieved whatever you set out to do the day before and the day after, so on and so forth.
Okay. So to be clear, what you want to achieve, plan it out, and then consistently follow the schedule until you achieve your goals.
Correct. And also with intention in the first place. Yeah, because all your actions should be aligned with your intentions, right?
Yeah.
So
I think from hearing what you say, right, because it seems like you have a structure in place and definitely, putting in the things to do that aligns with your goals. I mean, we are diving a little bit into like maybe time management and productivity. Is that a certain kind of habit or routine that you have, in your daily, everyday thing that you do? Yeah.
I think when it comes to time management, it's quite straightforward for me. So I go by these 3 rules, right? Number 1, I plan my schedule at least 1 week in advance.
Okay.
Number 2, my schedules will be in like time blocks. Okay.
Time blocks.
Yeah. And thirdly, I will try to schedule all my hardest tasks in the morning when I have the highest energy. Okay. So for most days, my schedule will look something like this, right? So I'll wake up at 6 plus 7 a.m. when my daughter is awake. And then I will spend quality time with my daughter until her first nap time at 9 a.m. Then from 9 to 12, that's when I will settle all my most important work-related tasks. Okay, from 12 to 2, this time block will be out there running appointment for either recruitment or sales. 2 to 5 will be for coaching or training. And 5 to 8 will either be back home with my family again or running sales or recruitment appointments.
Okay, it really sounds like a very packed schedule. So
yeah, so
do you
I
have
know
breaks in between?
I mean, like here and there,
curious.
yes, I mean, like when
Okay.
I'm out there running sales
Yeah.
for like appointment and things like that, I can just have a lunch with this person, right? Yeah, so that's when I have my break.
Okay, so
Yeah.
even your break time is maximizing that productivity or is it like, do you have like really need me time when it comes to?
Yeah, it can be a whole day
Yeah.
of me time, right? So it depends on my intention for that day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for most of the days when it's like my work days, it will look like this.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm just thinking in terms of different kind of personality or different kind of financial representative who, you know, not a morning person, because just like you
Okay.
said, right, I prioritize my hardest thing when I have the highest energy.
Yeah.
What if you're rep, because you manage a team,
Yeah.
do you have someone who say that I'm a night person, you
Yeah,
know,
of
Xue Ting,
course.
and then can I prioritize my hardest thing at night?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, by all means go ahead because I feel like everyone is different. So for me, it works like that. But if you use the same model in terms of how you do the time block, but just that probably your time block now, instead of waking up at like 7, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you wake up at, I don't know, 1 p.m. But then your day should end at 3 a.m. And if let's say you feel like 12 to 3 a.m. when everyone is asleep and you can do most things without distraction, then that could be the time block that you settle your most important stuff, right? So I think the key thing over here is having a structure, but doesn't matter what kind of structure, but it needs to be a structure that works for you. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, Xue Ting, because in the previous episode you like strawberry, so before it melts, just wanted to tell you today's flavor would be Belgium chocolate. Yeah, so you can have your ice cream while we continue our podcast.
Right. So Xue Ting, just now you shared about time management, the being intention about everything. So number one, most important is to plan ahead. Then second is to time block, put your tasks into different time blocks, and of course, put the important tasks when you have the highest energy. I think that's very good sharing that a lot of financial reps can actually reference to.
Yeah. Is there a reason why 1 week in advance? Could it be 1 day or 2 days, or it is just something like a preference, or is it like somebody tell you that maybe 1 week would be better? Have you heard it from a mentor, or is it just something that you have scheduled for yourself?
No, I don't think I've heard this from any like a specific mentor or whatsoever. I think it's just of my own lifestyle, right? Because normally I plan things 1 week in advance, because 1 week before that I'll be doing callings or whatsoever to set up my appointment for the following week, to set up coaching session with my agents and all that.
Yeah.
And they actually know exactly which day to look for me, because typically Monday and Thursday I'll be in office. So you see, actually I'm very, very structured. Yeah, to the point that my agents know when and which day exactly to look for me, because I'll be free. My day will be free for them. That certain time blocks for their coaching purposes.
Yeah. This also increase productivity and efficiency as well. Yeah. So throughout your journey, do you have any stories regarding, because the opposite of success, of course, is failure. Do you have any experiences of kind of like failure that ultimately contribute to your success? Or how did it fit into your showing formula?
Okay. So actually, I have this mantra, which is WTF, willing to fail.
Willing to fail.
Wow. Okay. WTF.
And this is a theme that actually is like what our agency holds dear to.
Okay.
So I always tell them, WTF, WTF. And they know it means willing to fail. Right, because I feel like in this career, I mean, as with anything in your life, right? If, let's say, you are letting fear hold you back and you don't dare to do this particular thing, you will never ever get to succeed. But I think that if you're willing to at least try and be willing to fail, who knows? you may succeed, right? You may not fail. Even if you fail, you can learn from there and then become better, and then you can succeed thereafter. Yeah, so the mindset is always you need to be willing to fail. Yeah.
So be comfortable in uncomfortable.
Yeah, step out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
Okay.
And just do it, you know. Like what are you afraid of? Like, you know, my agent come to me and say, hey, like, you know, I don't really feel like picking up the phone to call my clients, right? Because there's always this inertia, like, you know, I'd rather text.
Yeah, correct.
I don't want to call.
Don't want to call.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, right? I mean, if let's say today the people that are prospecting, they are always on their phone and they prefer to text you as well.
Yep.
But there's also another group of clients that they actually prefer calling.
Calling, yes.
Yeah. So then you just have to do it. But why are you not doing it? Because you're scared. You're scared of what? Because people are always making this kind of assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to pick up the phone. Even if, let's say, they don't want to meet you, then it's fine. Move on. Call the next one. You know? Yeah, so the mindset is very important. Yeah.
Yeah. So back to I think your third, the three things, right? So the last one was about, I think, like priority, putting the most important thing in the beginning of the day for you, where you have the most energy. So I do recall, you know, seeing about this video saying that, you know, this jar, and then this where you need to put your big rocks into the jar first, and then you fill up with your sand, right? So for you yourself, I think now, because you're a mom, right, newborn daughter, cute little daughter, then you have a lot of time. You're also a director, and you manage your own team. You're also doing your own sales at the same time. So what are your big rocks as of the moment? And for your team as well, right, what would you advise them to prioritize in terms of their schedule? Because there's so many things as a new financial representative that they have to do. So maybe asking on behalf of them, since I have so many things and everything seems urgent and important, they're all my big rocks. Which one should I prioritize first?
I feel like I can't speak for all agents or all new agents because I feel like everyone is in their different season of life. Right? So if you asked me a year ago, like what are my big rocks? Right? Probably maybe I will prioritize less family time.
Okay.
Yeah, because for me, it's like, hey, like, you know, I don't have a kid yet, you know, maybe I just want to focus on building the foundation of my agency. And then when I'm ready, then I have a kid and I can focus more on family. So if you ask me back then, maybe the family walk is like medium size.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but if you ask me right now, right, at this very season in my life, like my biggest rock, right, well, definitely one of them will include my family.
Your family,
Yeah. So I guess the agent need to ask themselves, right, like what priorities do I have now, depending on the season of their life. Yeah. Doesn't even necessarily need to be like, you know, you have a kid, then your season of life change. It doesn't need to be that. It could be anything, right? Yeah, it depends on what's important to you at this very point in time. Yeah. Then you try to prioritize your tasks as such.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But does changing that priority affects that formula when it comes to maybe, example, the person is already following this structure for many years, right? And he or she is already very successful, and then now suddenly there's a new season, I change my priorities, and then I'm so afraid that, you know, the outcome may also change, right? Yeah,
that's why you need to, you know, have WTF mindset.
Willing to fail. Yes, willing to fail. Yes,
I guess it's a lot of it is linked to whether you're you're good at adaptability.
Yeah.
Right? Because things change all the time. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It depends on how you react to the changes, right? Whether are you able to adapt to this particular change in this particular point in your life. Yeah, if you're able to do that, then you should be able to move on quite easily and have a smoother transit to your next season of life. Yeah.
Right. I agree. I mean, the only constant is change. So in life. So is there any instant or incident that you can share with us, like how adaptability brings you success in your career or even when you're building your team?
How adaptability has helped me to succeed.
Yeah. Or is there any situation whereby you are forced to adapt quickly, you know, for that smooth transition? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest one just happened 4 months ago when I popped my baby, honestly. Yeah. So I think for me, because I'm someone that's always very career-minded, right, all along. And so when, in April, when I gave birth, right, honestly, that period of time was not the easiest for me because my priority has always been on my professional duties.
Yes.
Yeah, but comes my personal family priorities, then there seems to be a clash. Like I feel guilty. Like, hey, like I kind of like let go of my professional baby a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I realized that, hey, like I need to do that because I need to focus on my family. I need to focus on my baby in order for me to be better and when I go back to work 4 months later. So during my maternity break, like I make sure that, hey, like my guys are very understanding, right? They try not to touch me. And I really just focus on navigating my motherhood. Yeah. And I think that, hey, that's kind of me adapting, right, to this huge change in my life. And just, you just have to be flexible. And sometimes you just have to reframe your mindset, right? Being able to excel at your work and being able to excel at motherhood doesn't mean that will be taken away from you. Sometimes you have to put it on hold for you to come back stronger. Yeah. So
like the previous episode that you shared, building a positive environment, having the team that supports you to help you to go
so I'm very
further.
blessed that I have like very, very great teammates that have been great pillars of support during this phase of time.
Yeah, I believe it's a two-way thing lah. They are also blessed to have you, right, at the same time.
Yes, so Xue Ting, you mentioned that you took a break to actually adapt to your motherhood, and congratulations for
Thank
that
you.
baby. Now, of course, you also mentioned that because you're as a career-driven woman, how do you find it difficult to actually get back to work, and how do you actually find back the momentum when you first started again?
Yes, it was a bit tough because I was so attached to my daughter, right?
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Like even leaving her at home in the morning, like I will feel like, oh my God, I'm so sad. I will be like stalking the camera and everything, seeing what is my daughter doing. So I think what helps me is basically to start small, right? So normally what I do is I'll just try to break down like my task into smaller chunks, and then I will just start doing. And once I start doing, I think it's easier for you to gain your momentum. Yeah, and then eventually you can just like start from there. But always just start small, because the hardest part is always about getting started.
The first step, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But once you actually start doing it, and then the rest will just flow. Yeah, which works for me. Yeah.
How long did it took for you to gain back the momentum?
Actually, I started going back work about 2.5 months.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
But I gave myself that 1.5 months to be, not just to have that transition, to fully go back to work is 4 months. But I really started going office and all that after 2.5 months, just to give myself that smooth transition. Yeah, just to give me, that first step to get back to work again.
Yeah, I think having somebody to hold accountability for could also be an add-on to that formula of kicking to not procrastinate and to get back quickly.
Yes.
So some people really just can't start at all. So maybe like just being accountable, say that, hey, Xue Ting, I want to do this first. Maybe you can check in on me every day. I think this is something that I would think would be helpful lah.
So I do have agents who are like that. Like they will come up to me and say, hey, can you micromanage me? And I was like,
wow.
No, it's true, because like different kind of management works for a different kind of profile, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then actually, if an agent can come to me and tell me that, means that this agent is actually very aware, which is great. Yeah. So if this agent needs that, then I'm going to give that to him or her.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any like advice before we end off this episode for somebody who wants to develop their own formula for success?
Their own formula for success?
Yeah.
Okay, I think number one, listen to your boss.
Okay.
So because you join this boss because you know that the boss has been from A to B, and you will want to follow this successful boss.
Yep.
So follow, but of course on the way, tweak it to your own style.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to follow 100%.
Yep.
But at least take that, have faith in your boss or whatever your boss has done, and then just have some kind of like your own infusion, and then make it work from there.
Yeah. Because everybody is different, right? Ultimately.
Exactly. And WTF.
Yes, WTF. Yeah. So if there's
Yeah.
one biggest takeaway, it's really WTF.
Yeah, be willing
From
to
today
fail.
on, I will
Fail.
see WTF very
Yeah.
differently.
Right. So, Xue Ting, you mentioned that different reps has different profile and they need to be intentional to know themselves before they can be successful. So, is there any one last piece of advice that you want the reps or the audience to remember from this episode?
Yeah. So I think on top of being consistent and intentional, adaptability is key. So you need to be open and flexible to changes in your life so as to better navigate any challenges that comes at you.
Great. Okay, thank you, Xue Ting, for all the valuable insights. And that's all the time that we have for today. My name is Felicia.
And I'm Aaron. And thank you for tuning in to The Great
Great
School.
Scoop.
We will
See you
see you
again.
again.
Bye.